Hello, welcome, and I'll get right to it. Why did I choose the Mustang over the Camaro? Now don't worry, this isn't one of those videos where I'll say wait till the end to find out. No, I'll tell you right up front. There are two reasons. In fact, the first reason is the fit. It's a great fit for we tall people, and I'll give you my size dimensions in just on the screen there. And the second was the availability. There are a lot more out there to find compared to the Camaro. I will say this up front as well, that I love both cars and I'm passionate about both cars. But those two reasons were the main reasons I was swung a little bit more into the Mustang direction. I'd also like to thank my subscribers. I now have 300 subscribers. Yes, I know that's not a huge amount, but I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you for you and your ability to subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoy the content. So let's jump right into it. And here's my particular model. This is the 2021 EcoBoost, and it is in carbonized gray. And it's pretty much stock. I did a few little tiny mods that the clever eye can catch. And it comes with these gorgeous polished steel 19-inch wheels, which normally I would find rather garish, but they seem to fit this car really well. And I just love them. So a very pretty, beautiful car here. So again, I've been actually a Camaro fan since I was a kid. And my favorite style is the 70s Camaro. And I had my eye on the latest model when I was comparing and shopping between the Challenger, Mustang, and Camaro. I ruled out the Challenger because it was great for straight line speed, but I felt it was a little bit outdated with its architecture. And I wanted more of a sports car feeling. So the Camaro and Mustang, the new generation, the latest generation, have more of that sports car feel. I know purists don't always love that, but for we guys who've come from things like Minis, that's something I was really wanting. And it was this particular model here that I had my eye on in that pretty blue color. And I was also debating a blue Mustang. And again, that Camaro styling is so gorgeous, especially the rear end with those new LED lights. But again, at the same time, I'd always loved the styling of the Mustang. So what do you think it was that really sold me? Let's say that both cars were completely available. What do you think it was that really sold me on the Mustang? Well, I've got to tell you this. If you're considering one, you've got to see it in person to really understand it. For some reason in the photos, especially the rear end looks kind of what I would say wonky. And when you get there in person, you get a feel for how wide the rear of the car is and its high haunches. Again, I'll show you an image here of the high haunches. And you can only really get that experience in person. For some reason, photos don't always do it justice. So when I saw it in person, I thought, God, this thing is beautiful. And then the next thing is when I test drove it, I fell in love. Now again, both the Camaro and the Mustang drive great. And visibility is not super in either car. So that wasn't anything to do with my decision. But man, when I drove this thing, I couldn't believe it. And let me dispel some rumors, by the way, that the Mustang doesn't handle well. Nonsense. It handles beautifully. You can zip down country roads without a problem and feel like you're in a little, well, okay, not quite a Mini, but it's a sports car and it handles as such. Straight line speed is beautiful. Acceleration is phenomenal. And I just have the little EcoBoost inline 4 with turbocharged, 310 horsepower. If you get the V8, I don't know how you could even keep consciousness if you if you floor it in that car. Because I wanted something a little bit more economical, so I went for the EcoBoost. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe how beautifully it drives. And the acceleration is phenomenal. And then the sporty feel. It is like truly driving a high-end sports car, which again, I've driven the Porsches and such. And it's even a little bit more satisfying to me because I fit better in this car. So first and foremost, about that fit, it's as if this car was designed for tall people like me with big hands. And what I mean is everything in it is thick. The best way I can describe it is that the car is thick. The steering wheel feels amazing. I don't know how much you can tell from the video, but I get a really good grip and I have super long fingers. So it just feels like it's made for me almost. And then the gear shift is big and beefy, has nice longer paddle shifts, and all the buttons are larger. Even the turn knobs on the stereo are bigger. Everything just feels chunky, thick. It's like it was designed for bigger people. Now don't worry, if you are medium size or smaller size, I'm sure you won't have any issues. What I noticed though on the Camaro, the steering wheel was also great, but it was a little thinner, and everything else inside was a little bit less, what's the word I want? A little bit less chunky, which again, probably most people don't care. But when I first got in this, it just felt like it was made for me. Plus, the steering wheel comes out forever. It telescopes longer than most steering wheels I've ever experienced. So I'm able to have almost a full extension with my left leg when I take it off the dead pedal, and I can basically adjust the car exactly to my fit. I don't have to compromise in this one. And I don't even have the seat all the way back. I have a little bit of room back there. Plus, this one is the premium trim, so I have the seat setting for my more spirited driving, and also for more cruising. I can just change between the two with the seat coming up just by the push of the memory button, which is very handy. That's the premium trim, when you have memory seats and leather seats also. Now, let's talk about some things that completely blew me away and exceeded my expectations. First of all, it is the digital dash on the Mustang. If you're on the fence getting a Mustang, you think, well, I don't really probably need the digital dash. I'll save $1,000 here or whatever. If you're able to get it, get it. It is unbelievable how cool it is. You can customize it to the nth degree. Plus, whatever your memory setting is on, if you have the memory seats, whatever colors you have set on the dash and the ambient lighting, it'll change those colors again. So I have like an aggressive interior red versus my McLaren orange and blue, the Gulf color livery, which I love. And also, as you'll see in a moment, the launch control is so much fun and has a whole slew of track apps. The other cars have the track apps too, but here it's visually more impactful, I think. And it's just a beautiful thing to look at. And I love how it changes when you change into driving modes. So at the moment, I'm in my regular sport, but if I go into my mode, which I'm doing now with just 2 flicks of the button up, then you hear the growl. Now listen to this. And it just remaps everything. It changes the layout on my dash. This is Sport Plus mode, plus my mode. I add a little bit of steering customization to it. And you can save whatever you want in my mode. So by 2 flicks of the button, you're instantly in your favorite setting. And this is my favorite setting. And it opens up the engines to where it has more of a growl. So as promised, here is a sample of the launch feature, which saves your best times. Check it out. So there you have it. That's why I chose the Mustang over the Camaro. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Many more to come. And thanks so much again for subscribing. See you soon.